What's up, everybody? Getting into this episode of GH. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode for the most part. Um, Sonny was looking sharp. I ain't gonna lie. That coat Sonny had on with the fur, I like that coat. That coat is sharp. I like that shit. That's a hot style right there. I like that jacket. I need to find out where he got that coat because that coat is hot. Um, I enjoy Sonny's his scenes with Peter. It's about time that somebody got under Peter's skin for a change because usually Peter knows how to get into people's mind. He knows how to manipulate. He knows how to get a rise out of people. And this time around, Sonny got a rise out of his ass, and I liked it. Peter thinks that he has the upper hand here with Sonny. He thinks that, oh, even if Sonny kills me, I still have an ace up my sleeve because he claims that he has photos or video or whatever on a thumb drive of Sonny and Nina kissing in Nixon Falls. And if something were to happen to him, that thumb drive would be released upon his death. Sonny ain't sweating that. At the end of the day, I don't really think Sonny's sweating it. Besides, he probably thinks that Peter's just bluffing anyway. But I like how Sonny got to him though when he mentioned the fact that he's gonna go home and spend time with his daughters while Peter will never get that option with Louise. And he was basically taunting Peter and stuff about, oh, you don't know if your child is dead or alive. And I love how Peter just jumped up out of his seat and stuff like that, trying to act like, oh, he all big and bad. Sonny is not afraid of you, sir. Sit down. For you get knocked down. Sit down. Sonny basically threatened him in the same way that he threatened Olivia Jerome. Because remember when they were taking Olivia away, he warned her that she would never know when he's going to kill her. Like, for all she know, anytime a guard comes to get her or something like that, it could be somebody that he sent. And he basically told Peter the same thing. Like, he's not going to know when it's going to happen. Maybe transporting him to prison, it could happen. Or an inmate walks up to him. You never know if it's going to be one of Sonny's guys. I think Sonny should get rid of him though, because it was kind of funny because when Sonny bumped into Maxie in the hallway at the hospital, um, she flat out asked him, was he gonna kill Peter? I'm like, Maxie, is he gonna kill Peter? He's not. What do you think he's gonna do? He's not gonna invite the man over for milk and cookies. That's for damn sure. Because we all know in reality, a mob boss would have definitely got rid of Peter a long damn time ago. Just like Faison, prison is not going to stop a guy like Peter. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Faison. He terrorized Anna and a lot of other people for decades. The only thing that finally stopped Faison was death. That's the only thing that's going to finally stop Peter is death. That's the only thing. That is the only thing. You're not going to stop Peter no other way. He's going to find a way to get out of this some way, somehow. Escape or find a way to get all the charges dropped. Some way he gonna weasel his ass out of this. In some form or fashion, he gonna find a way. So anyway, moving on from that. I don't blame Laura. I would be ready to get the hell out of witness protection as well. I would be ready to go home. I don't blame her. She's tired of being cooped up. She misses her family. She misses her husband. There's a lot going on in Port Charles that she feels needs her attention. And not only the family part, but hell, she's still the mayor of the town. She needs to get back. Her family is going through a lot. The whole Spencer Nicholas feud, and now Victor is back. She needs to get back home. And I understand where Martin is coming from, like, oh, nah, we need to lay low. I get where he's coming from. But it's like, what is the FBI doing to really protect them? Like, why don't y'all try to figure out a way to stop Cyrus? Freeze his assets, freeze his money, so that way he can't pay these people to do his bidding. You know what I'm saying? Something. Be proactive. Because if they don't do something to stop Cyrus, it's like they're going to have to be in witness protection forever. And there's no way in hell Laura's going to stay in witness protection for the rest of her life. It ain't going to happen. Martin did something completely stupid. He went outside to go give the guard some hummingbird cake or offer him some cake or whatever. First of all, Martin, you should have asked me if I wanted some cake. Don't ask the guard. You should have offered me some. But that was a stupid thing for him to do. And the guard told him, get your ass back in the house. You ain't supposed to be outside. I'm like, exactly. Now you got this crazy ass house cleaner who spotted him and stuff like that. I'm like, dog, you should have stayed in the house. You know you ain't supposed to be outside. For all you know, a sniper could be, about to shoot you. Stay in the house. So basically, he wanted Laura to watch that Christmas movie that everybody watches every single year. Christina Comes Home for Christmas or whatever. I mean, I understand it's a tradition for people to watch that movie because I have my own Christmas traditional movies that I like to watch. One of them being is A Christmas Story. I love that movie. First of all, some of them kids needed their ass whooped in that movie for how grown they was talking. I would have wore them out. But that's a funny ass movie though. I love A Christmas Story. And then I watch a lot of Home Alone 1, 2, and I think I watched 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1 and 2 being my favorites though. 3 was pretty good, but 1 and 2 are my ultimate favorites. That's my go-to Christmas movies. I could watch those every day. But Laura wasn't really feeling watching the movie this year because it reminded her too much of home, and she can't go home right now. So they started talking about Martin's failed marriages and stuff like that. He basically attributed it to him being too close to his mom or whatever. So basically, he and mama's boy. Ain't nothing wrong with that because his mom is elderly. She needs, to be taken care of and stuff. I get it. But Martin, man, he gotta learn how to start having a life. So hopefully once he gets out of this mess, with Cyrus and all that, if he survives it, he can find somebody, and finally have a life of his own, where he's not tending to family 24/7 or to law 24/7, have a real meaningful relationship. But I'm glad him and Laura are bonding and stuff. And Laura decided to go take a long hot bath and all that. So the little housekeeper hit woman that Cyrus hired, she managed to get past the FBI because he was convinced that she was the replacement housekeeper. As soon as she got in that house, she started strangling Martin. I said, damn. I'm like, Martin, you got to fight, bro. I'm pretty sure you got more muscle mass than she got. Fight it. Fight it. Do some WWF on her. Kick her in the head or something. Do something. Like, he's sitting here struggling and shit, choking to death. I'm like, guard, get in there. Kick the table or something to make some noise so the guard can come in the house. Do something. Get Laura's attention. Do something. Try to knock a lamp over or something. You know what I mean? Don't just stand there struggling. Try to be swinging. Move your arms, so you can hit something so they know that you're in trouble. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no panic button, so you better do something. So anyway, moving on from that. I'm happy that I thought it was nice that Brando and Sasha wanted Michael and Willow to be the godparents to little baby Liam and stuff. I thought that was pretty cool, pretty dope. Um, I actually enjoyed some of Gladys today. She wasn't as obnoxious as she normally is. Um, and we got to know her a little bit better than what we normally get from her. She talked about all her regrets and stuff because she had Brando at a young age, and she missed out on a lot of moments with him, and she didn't want to do that with this child. With her grandchild. She wanted to spend as much time with her grandchild and be there for her grandchild in ways that she wasn't there for Brando back then. And I thought that was nice of her. Hopefully, this will get her to change her ways. Do I think that she will change completely? No. I think she might soften a little bit, but Gladys is gonna be Gladys. Even the way she was acting towards the name. Like when she found out his name was Liam, she was not happy about it. She felt like that name was not rugged enough or whatever. So, she prefers to call the baby Mike or whatever. I'm like, Gladys, go sit down somewhere, Gladys. There is nothing wrong with the name Liam. There is nothing wrong with Liam. That's a nice name. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It ain't gotta be all like, back in the day names like Clint Eastwood or no shit like that. Liam is a nice name. His name ain't gotta be John Wayne or, John Boy or, some shit like that. It's like, calm down. Liam it's a proper name. But I did like her scenes with Carly and stuff like that, because after everything Gladys did, it shocks me how much Carly and Sonny have been nice to this woman after everything she's done. I mean, because of her, Jason damn near was in prison and stuff because of her. So it's shocking that they gave her a reprieve, because normally once Carly don't like your ass, she don't like you. So it's actually kind of nice that she's being nice to some people for a change, and forgiving. Because Lord knows, I didn't expect her to be this nice to Gladys, but she's been nice to her. Um, Gladys is tripping though. She's sitting here talking about she hoped that the baby's first words are grandma. I said, no. His first words should be mom or dad, not no grandma. Go sit down somewhere. Gladys is too much. So anyway, moving on from that. I definitely, honestly, I feel like Willow's gonna keep the secret. I don't think Willow's gonna say anything. Nina was trying to put on a convincing argument as to why Willow shouldn't say anything, talking about some, oh, do you really want to put more hurt or drive a wedge between Sonny and Carly? I agree with Willow. I feel like Nina wasn't really worried about Carly's feelings and what this was gonna do to her marriage. I think she's more worried about the backlash that's gonna come to her when it's revealed that she and Sonny had some romance going on in Nixon Falls. Because she knows. Look at the hell that she has gotten so far. Look at all the hate that she has gotten so far for just keeping Sonny a secret all that time. Imagine what's gonna happen when Carly finds out that y'all got romantic in Nixon Falls, that y'all were kissing and, being all lovey-dovey with each other. Imagine what's gonna happen when she finds that out. I honestly believe right then and there, Carly's going to be out for blood. She's already out for blood now, but to hear that, it's going to be a war. And I think that's what Nina's worried about. I don't think Nina's worried about Carly and Sonny's marriage. She's worried about the backlash on her. I definitely feel like Willow's going to keep this a secret, though. I don't think she's going to tell Michael nothing. And I think that's what's going to drive a wedge between her and Michael at some point. That's why I said Sonny needs to go ahead and just tell Carly what happened. You know what I mean? You were not who you thought you were. You were somebody else at that time. Nina was there. Y'all fell for each other. Just tell that woman the truth. I would rather he tell her, because if it comes out another way, it's going to drive her and Sonny apart. And for me, normally I like good drama like that, and I'm still here for it. But Lord knows, I do not want to see another Sonny Carly divorce. I can't go through that again. We've seen way too many breakups between the two. It's like I'm ready for them to just be married for life at this point, because if they do go through another divorce, that needs to be the last marriage that they ever have. Like, they done had too many. But yeah, Sonny need to just go on ahead and spill his guts on this one. Like, I wouldn't sit back and wait for somebody else to accidentally tell Carly. No, I would tell her myself. Because Carly was wondering where the hell Willow was running off to, her, where she been this whole time or whatever. But she got the news that her and Michael, are gonna be godparents to little Liam and stuff. I'm like, all hell is about to break loose within y'all family once this little secret comes out. And there ain't nothing they can do to stop it. It's like, all Sonny gotta do is tell the truth, so that way Willow don't get caught in the crossfire. But if Willow withhold this information, it's on her at this point. Because we all know how Michael don't like people lying to him. So, good luck with that one. Anyway, moving on from that. I like the Maxie and Peter scenes. It was hilarious how he said that Peter was acting like a cornered kitty cat. That shit was hilarious. But Maxie is worried about Austin's safety at this point, because Peter was under the impression that something more was going on between the two, like they hooking up or something like that. So she's worried about his, safety, and Austin ain't worried about Peter. Austin was like, shit, for all we know, somebody could be trying to kill Peter ass right now. He said it in a joking way, but it's definitely true. Like, Peter definitely racked up a lot of enemies. I could see them going with a whodunit. Somebody killing Peter and everybody trying to figure out who the suspect is or whatever, like who did it or whatever. I could see them going in that route. I could see them doing that. I definitely can. But Maxie and Austin, I could see as a potential couple, but like I said before, I prefer Maxie to be by herself right now, focusing on her children. Maxie has been through a lot of trauma over the years, so I don't think a new relationship would be in her best interest at this point. I would prefer if her and Austin were just friends for right now, but I think they're definitely Kim testing her and Austin, and I think they were trying to Kim test her and Drew. I could see her with Austin though. I think I could see her with Drew too. I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. I could see her with either or, but I gotta see more of them. Especially her and Drew. But I could see her with any one of them. But Austin better watch his back where Peter concerned, because you know once Peter get that little ticky boom in his head, it's a wrap. So you might want to watch your back. So anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section, let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Have a great night. Peace.